Hello, Eclipse on Tap listeners and viewers.
What?
It is a special announcement here. Go ahead and crack it. It's worth it.
Ooh.
That is a crack. It's a cheers. We now have video full time, courtesy of Underberg. This is the Underberg Studio at Pub 39A. And here for this episode, we're really excited to bring on our guest, Dan Hurst, fellow Eclipse on Tap team member.
Hello, all.
Welcome. And the producer of what you'll hear in just a moment, which is the intro music for this lovely podcast. No longer are we using royalty-free blues music that David and I found back in 2017.
Although if you'd still like to go back and listen,
it's there.
You've got 87 episodes to catch up.
You do. So we'll go ahead and run the track. Thanks, Dan, for making it. And we're excited to have you on. That right there, folks, is the sound of craft paper being unraveled.
Happiness.
That's Underberg for you. After a good meal to feel bright and alert, Underberg is what you need. It's the best.
And when you have them, you got to throw them up, and you got to say, let it percolate, bitches, because it takes a while to percolate out.
Give it a little clank. Get a little glass clank there. Underberg is the world's most famous bitter, and it is a fantastic digestif. If you have a big meal that you're grilling or a Thanksgiving meal, something like that, get yourself an Underberg to feel bright and alert.
Oh, or anytime during the day. Could be after breakfast, after lunch. So good.
Mm-hmm. It's the best. Get yourself some. Welcome back to Eclipse on Tap, the podcast where we talk about eclipses of all kinds and space in general. This is episode 89. As we said in the prelim intro, a very special episode 89. We have video.
Epic
we have
episode.
Studio updates. We have a new host. We have a new intro music, or not a new host. Sorry, a new guest. I
don't want the responsibility. No.
We have a new intro music. We have just a wonderful time to celebrate. It's Christmas time, and Eclipse on Tap. Santa came to town, so we've got a couple of
all
feeds.
decked out tonight, didn't you, DR?
I did.
We were having to sync up the audio, and it just took forever. So StreamYard is the platform, and it works pretty nicely. We've tried it. We piloted it with our good friend, Dr. Gordon Telepin, the Eclipse expert, the Titan expert. That episode on YouTube, by the way, is like popping off.
Is it really?
Yeah.
How many views we got on that?
Thousands.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Thousands. Oh, yeah. And tons of comments. Everyone's up in learning about the Titan. So we piloted it in 2025 earlier. And again, thanks to our presenting sponsor, Underberg, we are now in the Underberg Studio with new boom arms and new cameras.
We've made some upgrades.
sure
and all this stuff.
New table.
New table, new chairs.
New chairs. We can recline now.
And I tried to clean up the cobweb. Yeah, but we'll get there.
We'll get there. It'll take some time, but it's going to evolve. As you can see, there's a lot of amazing memorabilia all around us from the team, from Underberg, and then a ton of cool space stuff. So we'll point that out maybe as the episode goes on, because we've got a ton to talk about in episode 89. It's been since, I think, was it late October, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
It was pre-Iceman. I think
Pre-Iceman.
we had done Lowell 50. We hadn't done Iceman yet.
Yep, that's right.
Oh.
But I think as a perfect intro conversation for our guest, Dan Hurst, fellow Eclipse on Tap team member and the producer of this amazing music we heard in the intro, welcome, first of all.
Thank you.
And then second of all, tell us a little bit about this, because I think people, they're going to hear it, and once you fully explain how it was made, they're going to have their mind melt inside of their skull.
Well, it was I think.
All right, so programming note here from Matt in the future. and bringing back for the second time to the podcast Dan in the future.
Future Dan.
We are here because StreamYard decided to have a little issue, and it muted just as Dan was going to start talking about his lovely intro music. So we're here. He's going to sort of patch in all the insight as to what he did to make this the best it could be.
Look at us talk. Isn't that great?
It's so cool. Technology. So much fun.
Well, you know, some of us musicians can hear. We're just like, oh yeah, that is definitely free.
Yeah, that's a royalty-free
That is
classic.
That is. Oh yes.
All right. So in that 7 seconds or whatever it was, where Dan clipped back in there, he had been explaining how this music we previously had for the intro. David and I just chose it. It was a royalty-free track. It was not anything special. It was just what we could work with at the time, and Dan, though, was inspired to create something really special for us. So, Dan, talk a little bit about not only the inspiration for the new intro track, but how you actually made it.
Well, it was really nice to sit down with like a bunch of guitars and a bunch of synthesizers and just kind of come up with something that felt ambiguous and Dave Matthews-y and, you know, spacey all at the same time. Just something that's really undefinable and fun. And, yeah, so it just kind of took a bit of an afternoon. It was an inspired bike ride that kind of where the riff and everything came from, and then it was off to the races from there.
Amazing. And full guitars, you played the guitars, you programmed the drums, you programmed the bass. Everything that you heard in there, from the ripping of the Underberg to the clinking of the bottles, Dan made all that. So that's when I was clipping in at the beginning there, when I was talking about how this will melt your brain inside your skull. Hopefully that provides the right context. Cheers.
Layer in musically, and it was just kind of fun to come up with a chord progression that kind of always morphed and felt undefinable, and yeah, it was just fun.
Yeah.
Well, we are forever indebted.
Yeah. And let's put it. Go ahead, David.
No, I was just gonna say I love the way it's like it is a progression too. I just like the way it just kind of goes. It's got up and down, and I don't know, just a good flow to it for everything that we need.
It's got a pulse.
Yeah. It's got a good pulse to it. Yeah,
a nice pulse. And then as we get more evolved into and more acclimated to this video style, what we'll eventually do, pinned on our Instagram, I put together that reel from like Totality 2024. Right, it's got like all the clips kind of tied together to that song. I'd like to essentially do that again, but to the beat of Dan's mastery.
Oh.
And so that will be a fun intro versus just like and now we just have like a moon moving over the sun, which is cool, but I think that was actually in StreamYard. I just searched Eclipse and it was there. So, but yeah, it's amazing. Multiple instruments that are hand played, drums that are programmed. I got some behind the scenes when we were doing some sound balancing to get the intro music into StreamYard. And yeah, it's a full blown professional track that is mastered, and yeah, it's insane. So thank you so much.
My favorite part of doing all of it was like I had like 8 beers set out on my studio desk with like a big condenser mic like hanging over it, and I had like Berg bottles. So I was like, you know, there's only one way to get an empty Underberg bottle, you know, and you
we
got
all know how to do that.
You got to clink them, and there's got to be 2. So you know, there's only one way to do that. But it's like funny with this mic just like sitting there like clinking Berg bottles and then like getting the crack just right. And it's like, oh wow, well, there's 4 open beers now. What a shame.
There's an artistry to what you do. I don't understand it, but there's an artistry to it.
Guess what? There's 4 more takes to go.
Yeah, exactly.
And
that's
your
I messed
musician
that
brain.
one up. Yeah.
Amazing.
Not quite the right rip that I wanted. Need to do that one again.
It's what's so impressive is you hear the unraveling of the paper at the beginning, you hear the clink of the Underbergs, you hear the beer crack in there. There's all these little Easter eggs. They're all produced by Dan in his studio on the mic. And then there's even like a little vocoder that says Eclipse on tap. So listen for it next time. Run it back. You know, this can be on YouTube. You can scroll back, you can go forward. We're so excited to have video, and it's going to just be the perfect evolution for 20. This is the last episode of 2025. So it'll be 2026.
Putting a bow on it.
Yeah, putting a bow on it, and it's just going to be the best. So
as a token of our appreciation, we have a gift for Dan.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Being that we're at the Underberg Studios,
Hold it up to
you
your
get your
uh,
very own
Ooh.
Underberg waist satchel.
Oh, sorry, I got the wrong.
A waist satchel.
It can also be a over the shoulder satchel.
Oh,
whatever,
yes.
whatever you'd like to do.
Oh,
You're good.
yeah. that
Whatever
is-
your preferred method
Satchel
of
style.
transportation.
method. Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's the official Underberg satchel.
You know we have too many people from like New Zealand and Australia where we have to call it a waist satchel and not what we would normally call it as Americans.
An ass pack.
Yes. So yeah, that's yeah, we appreciate you. Yeah, you're not only a valued member of the Eclipse on Tap cycling team, but now integrated
Contributing
into
member
contributing member
of the podcast.
forever. I mean, it's the intro music will be with us for a long time. So that's one of those things that I think maybe some people they might take it for, they'd be like, oh yeah, it's an intro music. But when you realize the amount of work that went into it, the amount of it's real instruments, all that, it's a special thing. So thank you.
Well, I really appreciate, I mean, not only just your guys' invitation to join this team, but just how awesome you guys have been. It's been an amazing experience to like
Hell yeah.
join EOT.
Let's trash some other teams now.
Oh yeah, right. We got some lists, right?
Oh yeah, no, it's been a blast in this 2025 year, and 2026 is going to be awesome. So here in the Underberg Studios, David, point some stuff out. Let's give a quick gander. Now that this is such a fun dynamic. Now we can like show things.
It basically the original pub 39A kind of became sort of a small little museum over the years. So back behind us, we have the original wall of the pub 39A with the pub 39A mirror, and then two Apollo era newspapers that I framed myself. And if you look closely, you can tell it was me that did it. We also have a new flag that was I
think
made.
we might need to put into production.
Yeah, it's a nice flag.
So had a 3x5 foot flag made. I was like, I think we need something to, I mean, we have the easy up tent. We've got all that kind of stuff going, but something for putting up at Grattan, things like that. Or any other events. That
Also, I'll point out, coordinates with Dan and Matt's new EOT swag.
Yeah.
Show it off there, Dan. Show off the sweatshirt. Let me zoom in on that one. Yeah.
I'll zoom in.
Yep. Go right to the camera there.
All right to that one.
Oh yeah. Get up in there, boy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep. So that's the new sweatshirt. It's a fun design that I was inspired by the like 90s collegiate era sweatshirts where it's like Michigan State University and it's got the Laurel or University of Michigan on the bottom. And yeah, it turned out well. We had those right before Iceman. This would be a nice transition actually probably into Iceman because it's the bookend of our season. We haven't talked about it yet, but those were fun to have. Everyone was wearing them on the podium. Spoiler alert, we had a great year at Iceman. And yeah, they've been just a fun thing. So other than that though, yeah, we've got some Underberg Eclipse on Tap jerseys.
Yeah, got the jersey up, got the flag. These are my grandpa's old Time magazines from Apollo era. So my mom gave those to me. Frame those up. Those are from the old Pub 39A. Then we have a new Apollo 11 pennant here that you ended up finding for the pub.
Yes.
And then we have just a couple other things on that little wall there. So we've got an actual piece of the command module foil from Apollo 13.
Nice.
In that little mini museum. And that's original. That's what we had in the old pub too. So yeah, pretty much everything we've had, other than a couple added things with the flags here and there. But
it's into like a dedicated condensed space, which it makes it just all look cooler, I think.
Yeah, like we'll it'll evolve just like the old pub evolved after a little while. So we'll get it maybe change up the colors down here, things like that over the course of time. But
it's a process. We don't want to rush it.
No, I mean it's very new. I mean, as of this morning, some of the stuff wasn't even up yet. So yeah, it's fresh.
We do have a beer cooler now within arm's reach.
That actually could be the biggest new feature.
Yes.
That was acquired a couple weeks ago. And yeah, we do have a beer fridge. So we didn't used to have that within arm's reach. So
which now we do.
Could be problematic.
It actually was problematic. So the other thing too, I'd like to point out is the Race Chaser got us a on-air sign.
Oh,
yes.
Um,
Let me get that on
yes.
camera. So go ahead and show that one
Yeah.
up to the.
Ooh.
It's gonna take me a second. Amazing on
Oh.
air.
So yeah,
Boom.
we're pretty official. We could probably hang that on the wall if we wanted to.
Yep.
But yeah,
That's,
it'll keep changing as time goes on, and we'll make it
Well,
legit. So
thank you to you and Jen for
Yeah.
having us into your home
Yes.
as the new studio.
the new
it's
home.
my pleasure. I mean, the only reason I wanted to get a new house is so we had a new studio. So
It was a
We don't have to
defining
record in the kitchen
Yeah.
anymore.
yeah.
Right.
So no,
comfortable chairs, new table. It's great, and it's perfectly tucked into this corner of your basement, which has become the Pub 39A.
Yep.
And
Yep.
it feels like a full circle moment. This is Pub 39A. This is it, and it's pretty awesome. So yeah, it's going to be a great spot for us. We're excited about this new equipment. These boom arms we were able to like install directly into the table. We're going.
We're no longer
big.
temporary.
We're going.
This is a permanent fixture.
This is a permanent fixture.
yeah, and I guess that's a good call out. The table and the chairs are all brand new too, so we're no longer sitting at the big rectangle table. We still have that table, the original Pub 39A table is upstairs. Don't worry, it's still in our possession. But we have chairs with backs on them now, which is kind of nice too. So
You're telling me.
we're able to relax.
Actually, I
Take
shouldn't
a-
gripe. I always
you know.
get the one with the back on it.
Yeah, you did. You'd always request that.
But
Wuss.
either way, yeah, it's nice to have the backs on the chairs and not the bench. And who knows, maybe someday that table and benches could be auctioned off for a pretty penny. I mean, that
Maybe.
perhaps we'll see how the video goes. Maybe we'll blow up. I don't know, but no, we're excited to be down here, as you can probably tell by just the general tone of the start to this episode. But we were just talking about Iceman. It's December, and so it's been well over a month since the race, which took place that first full weekend in November. But it is our bookend. We always talk about Barry Roubaix is the start of the season for the Eclipse on Tap cycling team, which is a huge component of what we do. So it's worth shouting out. The bookend on the tail end, of course, is Iceman Cometh.
My personal favorite.
Personal favorite, yes. It's got everything you need. The biggest point-to-point mountain bike race in the United States, starting in Kalkaska, ending in Traverse City, and then at Timber Ridge, where there's a party at the end. And then we have our Eclipse on Tap tent in a dedicated spot there that is just prime. It's like a World Cup vibe.
Yeah, it's as good as it gets for I mean, you can find a similar environment at like world tour races, but to find that environment at like just a local, regional, national race is very rare. And we had a good setup this year. We were right in the finishing chute, basically. Like we were in the last corner, so we got all the action. There was some serious f-ups that happened in front of us, which was fun to watch.
In the final
By the way, the Jumbotron was right there, just like last year. I mean, it was just a killer vibe, and we had the like chili going, and
that was new for this year. We had electricity at the camp. Well, I guess we had that last year, but we really the wives of EOT. Thank you to them, because they assisted in getting all of the crock pots and whatnot, the snacks. It felt like the real deal.
We got done, and like, yeah, we had the whole setup. It was warm. We had food.
Yeah.
D Will was our Swanee.
Yep.
Swanya.
Oh,
Yep.
Dropped
you
us off
guys
at the start.
Yep.
And Dan, you were not able to make it this year, but it was for a good reason.
Well, my youngest brother got married. I'm kind of a toxic roadie, so I don't do the mountain biking stuff, but I love to heckle.
Yeah.
And this year would have been like the heckling year for me, because you were next door neighbors to my former bike team.
Wow.
Yes.
And
Plenty of shit being talked between us. Like, you no longer have Dan.
so it was like, oh man, the epic Fireball versus Underberg, arguments. And it's like, oh man.
It's not an argument.
It's
Berg's
not an
all the
argument.
way.
Berg's.
Yeah. Yeah.
Were they doing Fireball?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The when the Fireball keg came out, love you, Jeff, but I was like, oh
Yeah.
man, you guys.
Fireball kegg's a dangerous game.
My poor liver.
A keg?
A keg of Fireball. It
I have
It's a-
never
It's
seen
served
a keg.
warm and flat.
That's right. No, it's a great time, but yeah, we missed you there. And like you said, even though you're more primarily more on the road. You've been there in the past, and we'll be excited to have you back next year.
Last year was like kind of my. I mean, you had hung out with us at Grattan.
Yep.
But then like at Iceman was kind of when I was like, oh, so like you're interested in becoming a part of Eclipse on Tap. Okay. All right.
Hughes is interested.
Well, he uses
Well.
well then.
Send in your resume.
Yeah. Do you have a mountain bike then, or no?
I do not.
Okay.
I do not.
So if you, I mean, you might be Swannies with. We could be Swannies.
We could be Swannies.
Yeah,
we
I
could be
guess so,
Swannies. Yeah.
Honestly, it's
Unless
more
I
fun.
race it again. I don't know.
It's
Who
more
knows?
fun probably to be a Swanee.
I generically speaking, I just kind of I hate being cold. I hate being wet. And I hate being dirty. And then everybody's like, "Come on this gravel ride," and I'm like, you know,
You have a valid point.
Yeah.
Although that said, like Iceman this year, what was it, like 32 at the start?
Yeah.
It was cold, but by the time you get out there, like you don't need much to keep you warm because you're going so hard. And then it was really like at the finish, Jordan got through, I got through, Matt got through, and then we were like, okay, we got to get out of these now. Like you didn't get wet on the course, you didn't get necessarily that dirty, but you're sweating, and then it's 32 degrees, and you're like, I got to get the hell out of this.
A significant chill that came upon us at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was a fantastic race. So yeah, as Nathan just said, Jordan Diekema, Nathan, myself, and Jeremy Schumann, Jeremiah,
Aaron Zulke.
and Aaron Zulke,
Good film.
all raced in the waves, which they'll start at 9 a.m. and they launch on, is it 30-second or minute centers? I think they're minutes, or maybe
minute or two.
Some defined time. Wave 1, wave 2, onward and upward, all the way through wave 55 or whatever it is. So Nathan and Jordan and Aaron were in wave 1.
Yep.
I was in wave 3, and then Jeremiah was in wave 2.
Yep.
Even though he had his tumble last year at the very beginning of the race and broke his thumb, they upped him a wave. They said, "Hey, we're going to give you this one. Go ahead and get yourself into wave 2."
He was kind of waiting there for a bit to get that call up too, right?
Yeah.
Didn't they?
That was Diekema.
Oh,
No, yeah,
okay.
Diekema was like they put him in wave 48 or
Yeah,
something,
okay.
and he's like, I guess I'm doing the pro race, and then finally they got back to him. They're like, oh, you took 26th in the pro race last year. You can be wave 1.
Yeah. And then rolling right into his result, he ended up making sort of the lead group in wave 1. So wave 1 is almost a race in and of the race, right? So the pro race at the end of the day, obviously that's for all the marbles, but the wave 1 winner, that's a big deal. So made the lead break and ended up finishing 4th across the line, which is incredible. And then he won his age group as a result. So he's top step at the podium. And then Nathan, you were like 22nd overall or something like that.
I think so, yeah.
And second in your age group. So an incredible result. And then Zulke was somewhere in the mix there.
He was on a podium
behind
for his age group.
He was 3rd in his age group.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic. And then in wave 3, I ended up finishing 98th overall, which I was pumped to get top 100, and then 5th in my age group. They do top 5 podiums at a race like this. It's big enough to do. So I was really excited. 11th year racing, first time on the podium. That was a big deal for me, and it was just a great day. Jeremiah, coming off of his injury, like we spoke on when we were talking to Gordon.
Well, not only
at Graton.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say
he had not trained, and so he just kind of went out there and did it. And kudos to him for doing that, because it's not like it was a nice warm day. But
Jeremiah, as much as you're like kind of our scapegoat for like ridicule, props to you, because you did break a rib late August, and you came back to the race where last year you broke your thumb. I mean, it's a comedy of like shit that happens to you, but you came out there and you showed face. And even like leading into the week, he was like, I don't know if I'll do it. I might just go pre-ride with you guys and party and have fun. And then we talked him into it. Like, dude, you don't have to bury yourself. Just go out there, go hard, don't blow up, and find a wheel and ride it in. And he
get
did.
Some.
Yeah.
And get some.
And he
got
did.
some.
Yeah.
He did get some.
I mean, yeah, I was impressed. I was impressed by the willpower to do that. I mean, I would not have. I didn't even have an excuse.
There's a lot of fortitude in that, man.
There is. There's quite a bit.
Yeah. It was nice to see him. Yeah. And he went out there and did it. And it's a huge accomplishment after what he dealt with at the end of the season.
Yeah.
And so overall, just a fantastic day. Tons of podiums.
Let's not even, we haven't even gotten into the pro race. We had Nolan and DG. Nolan came in, what was he? He was top 25.
17th.
Yeah, top 20.
Yep.
Yeah. So 17th, dude just had his first baby.
Yep.
And then DG rolled in a solid time in the top 70
40
or so.
something or somewhere in there. Yeah. Had a great race as well. And Nolan, it was good to see him have a good race after last year, sitting in 12th with like 2 miles to go. His hub exploded, a spoke flew into his tire, and he was dead in the water and was not able to finish. So come back, redemption mode, after having a baby in their family just a couple months before, and somehow pulls that out of the hat. Yeah. It was an incredible result for Nolan and for DG as well. So it was just such a good day with a lot of podiums and a lot of fun. And then during the time period when the waves finish, since we're all earlier, we were able to then enjoy some of the after party. Going around, we passed out so many Underbergs. It was insane.
Yeah. We had the belts on walking around.
Oh yeah.
So many great conversations, people looking at our Underberg jackets and asking if they can trade in caps for that. Sorry to say, you can't. That is an EOT exclusive. But it was such a good conversation starter because a lot of people know Underberg, some don't though. And that's a testament too when they come up and it just catches their eye. They don't even know what Underberg is, but they're like, that's a cool jacket. All right, cool. Let's talk. Have a berg while we're waiting for in the porta potty line or whatever. Let's do a berg. And yeah, it was a good after party. Bell's Beer is the title sponsor, and they had an awesome display this year in the middle of the after party where it was set up like I would call it like a 1970s living room.
Yeah.
And they had a couch and like the lamps and stuff, and you could sit down there. Many bergs were had in that space, and plenty of Bell's Beer as well. It was such a good day, all in all, and we had a great VRBO nearby that we just could go back down after the race, have a little continuation there. Good camaraderie with the team. So shout out to all the EOT team members that either were there or were there in support from afar. It was just a fantastic bookend.
Like I said before, it's my favorite race of the year. It's the race that brings everybody together. Like to Dan's point, like he doesn't race it, but it's still it's worthy enough for him to leave it for a weekend and go up to Traverse City and just like hang out because it's fun. So
absolutely
look
in
forward
November,
to what's that?
There's no other time you're going to go up to Traverse City in November.
Yeah,
so that's yeah. I mean, it's a good excuse to get away for a weekend, but it had been a few years for me.
Yeah,
at least a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, still fun.
You enjoyed it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we had a good time.
Good.
Plenty of
You
chili.
enjoyed it?
Yeah.
You just coming back next year?
Yeah.
Thinking about riding?
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see about that part. But the last couple times I've done, I just have not enjoyed racing it. I've just I got done and I can't feel my hands, and I'm just like, what? Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe I'll get back into it.
It's a hard race.
Yeah,
it is
a hard race.
Yeah.
For as short as it is, it's a really demanding race because it's so punchy. It's cold. It can be wet. It can be sloppy. Like the last time I think you did it with me, I almost pulled out like midway because it was so swampy and nasty that it was like, what are we even doing this for? And that was in the pro race, but
yeah. And then I got to the finish and Jeremiah gave me these like massive gloves because I couldn't feel my hands, and I had crashed a couple times because I couldn't hit the brakes.
Yeah.
It's like one of those days. And I'm like, what am I doing here? And it got really cold that last, like, I don't know, 6-7 miles. I was fine until then. And then it like almost kind of slowed down and I was sweaty, and then I got cold and then it was bad. But so I don't know. I mean, maybe not as bad as the year that Matt first did it.
Oh yeah,
that was
2014.
that was a really bad year.
Linz
But-
was registered that year, and I wouldn't let her do it.
Yeah.
I was
That
like, no, you're not
brutal.
doing this.
People still talk about that one even to this day.
Yeah.
As like the worst one ever. Oof.
Maybe like I had a lot of fun doing it on the fat bike that one year.
Because
That-
you won.
Well, no, I was second on the fat bike, but that was a lot of fun because you could. The fat bike is just you feel you literally just float over everything. It's just no worries.
That would be
But-
how I would have to do
Yeah.
something off road because it's like
Yeah.
I'm too accident prone. Like I've done some track, I've done mostly road, and it's like my brain can't be like, oh, somebody's pulling in front of me in a corner. I'm going to pedal now. What do you mean I can't do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about your dirt. Like, what is the chance of that happening, you think?
You know, many a team has tried to get me on racing on dirt.
Yeah, but
and,
you've never been on Eclipse on Tap. Until
This is
now.
true. This is true.
The good news with Eclipse on Tap too is that I feel like I don't know. I don't want to speak out of turn for other teams, but other teams like care too much. You know, they're like, well, no, you like that's what we do.
You know, the problem now is that it's my gimmick, you know? So it's like, oh no,
It's become a part of your fabric.
it has become
yeah.
well, I used to own a fat bike that I had for a very brief time and I crashed it every time I went out on it and was like, oh no, I think I'm too hardwired. But you know, I mean, never say never.
It's
Yeah.
just it's a party on a trail. Is
It
how you have to
is,
look at
yeah.
it. Like, yeah, like I was a little bit. I think I could have gone a lot faster this year, but they had thrown in a lot more single track than they have,
Tons.
you know, in the last couple of years. And so, you know, you kind of look at it like, fuck it. I'm with a group. We're riding all right. Like, I'm not going to stress over like getting ahead of these guys and trying to. I mean, I wish I had in hindsight because I could have probably made it up to where Jordan was, but I was also looking at it like, hey, this is the end of the season. It's a fun race, and we're gonna go drink beer afterwards. So let's do it.
Absolutely. And I think just the way the race was different this year. If you're familiar with Iceman, it is a race that is sort of divided into two fairly distinct halves, separated by what has become in Iceman lore a famous road, Williamsburg Road. And the first half is in past years like 30 or 40% single track and 50 or 60% two track, and then you get to past Williamsburg and it's like pretty much all two track, maybe 10% single at the end. This year it was like 80% single track for the first half, and then 20% two track, and then the Williamsburg part and beyond was fairly similar to years past, but the first part was markedly different.
It was a lot slower too. I think
mhm.
I think I did it in 1:59, and back when I used to race the pro race, I think the fastest I ever did was like 1:38 or something. I mean, you're talking 20 minutes difference just because you were going through that much more single track.
And even last year, like,
and I probably was faster then, but
I think like the average for people that had a good race in 24 and a good race in 25, just as like a baseline to be able to compare, I think it was like 5 to 7 to 8 minutes slower on average, maybe even more so of a gap for the pro race. But yeah, it was a lot more single track, a lot more. But I honestly enjoyed it. I thought it was a nice course overall. We'll see what they do. They always switch it up, but this year in particular, they switched it up a lot. It was a polarizing thing, I think.
They got rid of that logging road too, right?
Yes.
yeah. So you didn't ride that road,
Which I hate
they
that road
cut
anyway.
single track right next to it, and you rode the single track, which you probably rode the single track faster than you would have ridden the logging road because like that year that we did it was at 14 or whatever, when it was so muddy.
Yeah.
I mean,
It was a march.
you were like spinning your wheel because you couldn't get any traction. There's mud in everything, and
Yeah,
half the time you wouldn't even ride on the actual logging road. You'd ride off to the side
Right.
in like single track anyway.
yeah.
it's
Fun times.
there's always the X factor of the weather, but it's been a race that's been going on for 35 plus years and started with a couple hundred people up in Traverse City area, and now it's grown to over 4,000 in the Iceman, and then an additional amount of probably 1,500 in the Slush Cup, which is the shorter version for either juniors or folks that are getting into it, and then the kids do the snow cone, and there's like thousands of children.
We need to give a shout out because little bro Emrys, my son, he won his wave in the snow cone, and
He was hunting.
Yeah, oh
that.
yeah. It was game on this year because he took second last year, and it was kind of our focus going into the fall is not taking second again.
He was feeling too good either. He was coming up, getting past a cold or
they had
a
respiratory thing going on.
Yeah.
But he prevailed.
Good for him.
Do any of you guys?
The boys got it.
Yeah, the boy does got it. Did any of you guys do like the what's that illicit like downhill mountain bike race the day after Iceman?
I've heard of this. Brower was talking about it.
Yeah, there's like a secret like downhill mountain bike race. It's like kind of off the record, but it's still timed. It's like
Mount Holiday, or where?
I don't
know where it is, but David Brower was talking about it, and I remember him asking me, maybe, I don't know, me, David and Nathan were there too. And he was like, you guys going to do blank, insert name here. I can't remember.
I can't remember what the name
and
of
I was
it
like,
is. Yeah.
What is that? And he's like, oh, it's like a backyard brawl, like grassroots downhill race. And I was like, no.
They used to do a cross race the next day.
Yeah. That's cool.
I just
yeah.
like,
but
it's like the worst sounding thing ever after doing
so
Iceman. It's like, yeah, go ride up at above threshold for an hour.
Yeah.
Sounds fun. Yeah, no, it's but that does exist, Dan.
I didn't know if anybody did that.
No.
I was like,
no.
There's one of the people I work with, Trevor Reyes, who does it like all the time, but he's trying to get his like pro license for downhill.
Oh wow.
And it's like it's like good luck,
Yeah, that's an intense facet.
Downhill
of the sport.
dudes they're a different
special.
breed.
Yeah, they're special.
They are. I have no interest.
They really like going downhill.
They do.
I watched like 20 seconds of like one of his clips on Instagram and was like, I can't watch this. I'm having an anxiety attack just watching this.
It is anxiety inducing. It's just so
gap
many
jumps, and like if you miss or your speed is wrong, you could be like picking teeth out of the back of your throat.
Yeah. Or worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's brutal. But yeah, so Iceman, a great end to the season. And I think in this first half, as we kind of roll into, because I think second half, Dan, our guest here, was a 2024 Eclipse witnesser.
Ooh.
So we need to hear your testimony.
Yeah.
We have to. It's a
I got a tattoo for it. I got a tattoo for it.
We'll need to have you sign the poster.
Ooh,
potentially.
yes.
Yeah, that's going to be something that most guests that have come on. We've started at Brian Overmeyer. I think who else?
Gary's on there.
Gary's
on there. Oh, yeah.
So we'll get you on there.
Didn't Flash sign it too?
That was the magazine.
Oh,
but this is the guest of the podcast post Eclipse testimony. It is something that is coupled with your testimony as a signature on the map.
Oh.
So we'll fade into that in the second half. But before we do, we do need to talk just for a minute about, we're a multifaceted group. We're Eclipse enthusiasts, space enthusiasts. We have the cycling team. Of course, it's all captured inside the podcast. But now we also have a new facet, and that's called Eclipse on Tap Racing. And it is a go-karting team. So we've joined myself, Nathan, David, and the Race Chaser dad joined a league at Grand Rapids Grand Prix, and the league just ended. And David finished 5th overall, which is an incredible achievement. Cheers.
Little effort was put into that, but that was a lot of fun.
But a lot of skill.
So, I mean,
a lot of days on the sim.
A lot of days on the sim, a lot of years.
It's kind of like
on
astronomy.
The PlayStation.
You're running test flights all week long.
Yep. I mean, so it's just kind of for me, it's a childhood dream. Watching F1 in 6th, 7th grade for the first time, and then we started going to the Grand Prix. I always wanted to be I wanted to race go-karts or be a F1 driver, and neither of those two things were going to happen. So I got into bike racing. Got into bike racing instead, but this was a fun opportunity to do that, and I'm kind of mad that like the first time we went was my bachelor party in February, but I'm like, this place has been open for probably 6 years. I don't know why we haven't been there, but
we never stumbled upon it.
Yeah, we just never. I don't know. I mean, it's been there, and I think we've all known about it. We just haven't gone. But this was a blast doing that league. I mean, it was a little bit some argy-bargy a couple times with some guys, but It was a good time. It was fun.
Nice.
Just a good little Monday, especially in the wintertime. It's perfect. Like we compared it to like bowling league.
Yeah, it's very similar vibes to bowling league, but yeah, it was a great time. Some bumping and a little bit of that going on, but the league evolved, and I think people got better generally. Although in the last race of the year, I did get shoveled, and my cart was like up in the air, but it was fun. It's part of racing to an extent. But we're gonna go forward, do another league, and that's going to take place in the midwinter coming up right after the holidays. So we'll keep everyone posted with the EOT karting results. But yeah, it's good, and I think we've got to make some more stickers. We've been talking about for forever, but we should do some EOT racing stickers.
Yes.
We did that little. It's like it looks like a Hendrick Motorsports logo, but it's EOT racing.
Yeah.
So
we should definitely. I think it'd be cool. Like Gary had an idea to do like a polo shirt, kind of like a cow.
Yeah.
So it's a racing shirt, but I think it'd be really cocky and cool to do like a full driver suit.
I'm not wearing a full driver suit.
Big jumpsuit.
No way.
But the shirt, the shirt would be sweet, like a racing shirt, like a pit crew, a pit shirt.
That I would wear. The jumpsuit, no. Sorry.
Or what about the warm up suit?
The warm-ups, okay.
Warm-up suit.
Yeah.
Tearaway?
Still...
Tearaway?
Yeah. The Underberg hockey team wears those warm-ups that are sold on the Underberg website, and they're pretty penny, but they are pretty sweet. So yeah, it's fun karting, and we've had a good first league. David took 5th, and we've had some successes within that. So we'll keep it going. It'll be sort of a new fun facet, and then we're going to do a big team event in February, which will be a good midwinter
get together
gala.
Yeah.
It's kind of like our training camp, but not training.
Yes, for sure.
Bonding experience.
Yeah.
Team
Yeah.
building.
Exactly.
So before we wrap up the first half,
yes.
I have to ask Dan, first year on Eclipse on Tap, give us just kind of what were you expecting coming in? What are your feelings after your first year, and are you excited, or are you looking for a new team?
Well, I'm not shopping. No, I coming into EOT was it was exciting for me because I had come from my previous team. I was brought in to kind of help build a cycling team. They came from multi-sport, a lot of runners, a lot of triathletes, and they wanted to build something that was very like cycling focused. And so they brought me on to kind of build that up. And I we put a team together, and it started group rides based out of City Built Brewing, and Ed's amazing, and it was a great vibe. And it was one of those where they were focusing more on gravel and stuff like that. And it was like, hey, that's just kind of not my vibe, but came to do a thing, did the thing, and was kind of looking to kind of re-hone some of my crit skills, which is kind of where I came from.
Mm-hmm.
And like obviously Graton is kind of our thing. And so to be able to focus on that, and I've just have loved it because I've been racing since 2014, and there are teams that take stuff
just a pup
way too seriously.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, there's some teams where you're like, guys, nobody's getting a contract here. Like, like
whoa. This is the Grand River Shootout.
The Grand River Shootout right now. Yeah. Hey, I got 8th in one of them.
Hell yeah.
But it was like it's like some of the teams that I've experienced in the past, none that I've been on, but I've just taken stuff so seriously. And it's like, guys, I got to work in the morning. We're not bombing this corner,
Yeah.
And like EOT, even Stella Fly that I was on before, or Intense, even back in the day when I was racing for Freewheeler, it was like that perfect blend of like, I want to throw down, I want to see who's fastest, but then there's beer in the trunk. Let's, have a good time. And
there's Bergs on ice.
There is Bergs. And I just feel so much at home here. And you guys have just been amazing. So yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Glad to hear it.
Yes.
Yeah. So happy. I'm not shopping. I'm not shopping.
All right. I said to Matt, I think towards the end, we were out on a ride or whatever. And I was like, of all the guys that we picked up, because be completely transparent with you, we were like, because initially this was just like a group of like 6 of us
Mhm.
or maybe 10.
Yep.
And we were like, how big do we want to get this? Because what we all came from was we don't want to manage a group of like 40 people anymore.
Mhm.
We
A
want to
big
just
club,
have like
yeah.
our
Yep.
boys
Yep.
ride together and have fun. So kind of prior to you coming on, we were kind of like, okay, do we do this? Do we like bring on more people, or do we just say, no, it's just going to be like kind of our group? And I told Matt when we were out riding, I was like, I'm glad we made the decision to bring on, especially you and others. I mean, like Andy and a number of others that have come on. It has expanded kind of our breadth as far as involvement with the cycling community and just it's added to the group. It hasn't been like oh god, we got another guy that's got to order kit. It's been like, oh sweet, all right, Dan's like, he's part of us now. So on behalf of all of us, I would like to say, like, we're glad that you came, and we look forward to many more years of riding together. So
Oh, yeah. I really, like I said, I appreciate it. And I mean, I can't think of a place I feel more at home at. I mean, it was so, I mean, where else can I join a cycling team where I could call up a teammate like Matt and be like, I just bought a telescope.
Right.
Or while we were sitting at the bar having beers, being like, I'm going to click purchase. Here it comes.
I was the enabler in that. Yeah.
We need to talk about telescopes then on the second half.
Oh,
too, but,
yeah.
Yeah, our group
Yeah.
chat isn't about what trainer we got necessarily. It's more about like what telescope or what beer we're drinking, or
Yeah, it's not so much like
Yeah.
what's your FTP, it's like what's the focal range of your scope.
And
But, yeah.
I mean, I was gonna say like that. We all have our backgrounds in racing too, and like that's the thing is like half of us we come from a very like serious background of bike racing or whatever happens, and so it's just good now to have this group where we can sit after, and we've got cool stuff, which stuff isn't everything, but it's
still
we've
enjoy
got
the bike racing part,
Yeah,
but it's not the primary part.
yeah, we've got. I think we bring some good swagger to the Grattan scene. We've got a cool tent. It's just fun. Like that kind of stuff wasn't really the point or the objective when we started this either. It was basically we want to wear our own logo and we want to, just do something different for ourselves rather than ride for somebody else.
Yeah,
and
totally.
so, I mean, I think it's just fun now to kind of have like we got a good mix of people, and everybody brings something to the table, and it's just kind of a cool atmosphere, and it's fun to be able to do that. I mean, it's a bummer when end of August hits every year and we can't go to Grattan and hang out and sit around, I mean, so
there was a couple years there where I didn't do Grattan, like right when we had kids, or I was just like, nah, I'm not doing it. Like I think maybe Matt was going out there, but like I don't even think you were signed up for the season, and it was kind of like, I've done this for 20 some years now. I don't want to go. Now I look forward to it again. I look forward to the first Wednesday in May where it's like, all right, the boys are getting together. We're going to ride bikes. Then we're going to drink beer.
Yep. Boys are back in town.
Because the thing for me is that like, it's because it's not like before it was like you had a bunch of dudes like putting like Embro on their legs and like talking about strategy, and now it's like I can give the people on our team shit for doing that before we go. Like if whoever,
it's the perfect balance.
It is.
So
well, this coming season at Grattan, like we Matt and I just went to my partner's best friend Chris owns Puck Cider, and they just opened up a new place up in Conklin. And we brought our telescopes out.
Dark sky country.
And we realized how ridiculously portable my telescope is.
Beautiful.
So Grattan is, every week, telescope party.
Yes, we got to definitely dive into the scope talk in the second half.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll fade into the second half
Let's get a
here,
Berg.
and we'll get a Berg. So the way this is going to work with the new video is we're going to run our little music. We've got music from Dan, and it's going to be amazing. So we'll run that.
Does it have a title?
No.
The composition doesn't. We got to think of that.
Yeah.
Something ethereal
All
and
right.
like spacey.
That's our assignment for the break.
Yeah.
But we'll be back with you. Do you hear that, folks? That's the sound of bees. It's a familiar sound, and it's the sound of bees enjoying honey. And it's not the honey that you go from the store with the little teddy bear. That teddy bear is overrated. You got to get yourself some Michigan Bee Co.
Pure raw honey like David's got sitting in front of him.
You guys can't have any of my Mission
No.
Bee Co. honey.
A live taste
Have a
test
little
right here.
sample. Look at this.
Uh-oh. He's going.
He's digging in.
Both hands.
This is the pure raw honey that the bees enjoy. Just as the co-host of Eclipse on Tap, and you should as well.
So good.
Michigan Bee Co. 4th generation beekeeper John Ebers. He knows what he's doing.
Since 1922.
It's unfiltered.
It's good
It's raw.
stuff.
It's what the bees enjoy.
Get some at any local proprietor,
Yes.
Meyer, or any of your local markets.
And we're back from the break, the Underberg break, where the paper crinkles and the bergs flow.
There will be like special Berg break music eventually. It's not done yet, but there will be Berg break music.
Yes.
Oh, man.
So I have it timed where like the percolation timing will be like a music break. So it's gonna happen.
It's roughly like 10 or 12 percolations, I believe.
Clink clink.
Count them.
Cheers.
Count them this time.
Count the
'em.
plugs.
Everybody count them. Take a mental count.
All right.
Ding, ding, ding.
Hey.
Maybe 11.
I got 12.
It's like 11, and then that last one doesn't really like pop. It just kind of trickles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice.
11,
Underberg,
11 and a trickle.
Mm-hmm.
the Underberg break, the Berg break, presented by Underberg. The best bidders in the whole world. It gets you to the second half of what you're doing,
Mhm.
which in this case is the second half of episode 89, featuring our good friend Dan Hurst. So we were alluding to in the second half, talking about space stuff, telescopes, Eclipse testimonials. So I think Eclipse testimonials probably first. Let's do it.
Yeah.
2024.
Testimonial
Let's
first.
get in here, and I think Dan has.
So
a beer to
before
crack.
we talk about Eclipse testimonials, I have a surprise for you guys because I brought a 4-pack when I saw the Eclipse,
You got to be kidding
and
me.
there is one beer left
Oh, no,
from
you
the
didn't.
4-pack I bought.
No, you didn't.
And this can has been in the Umbra,
Been
and
kissed.
it has been kissed by the Umbra, but I have a totality
Oh,
tour
Gosh.
from 2024.
Yes. The best.
And
Could we reverse engineer the recipe right now?
Oh my!
Hold
God.
that one up close to the
So-
camera.
You know how many times, Dan, we've talked about like, oh God, if we could get another totality tour.
well, tonight is your night, sir.
There it is. Hold it even closer if you can.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Get that autofocus up in there. Look at
That-
that totality tour.
It's just a nostalgic taste.
Oh,
Yes.
it brings me back to that Cruise America
Oh.
RV we were in.
So I mean, I part of this was like me trying to figure out how to get a 4-pack out, and then I drank 3 of them, and then was like, oh, this can has been in the Umbra. What do I do with it? And then like when we were talking about doing this, it was like, well, totality tour 2024.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
That was
You
a
just
good
released
crack.
some Umbra.
Do the honors, sir.
Sir.
It's not, the 90s
Hand
song,
over your
Kissed by
glasses,
an
kids.
Angel. This isn't Kissed by an Angel. This is Kissed by an Umbra. Kissed by an Umbra. Totality tour. Thank you, Dan. This is a treat.
I know we've talked about this a lot, but I think I had like 8 of these on totality because we had so many. We had like 24, didn't we, or something like that?
We brought,
We
less
brought a
than
case.
We
with
brought
us.
2 cases, I think.
2 cases. Yeah, I
We deleted 2 cases.
Omitted. Yeah,
Man.
it is. For those that aren't familiar with Totality Tour, it was a collaboration beer that we did with our good friends at Station Artisan Ales in Grand Rapids. They specialize in sour ales and farmhouse style ales. So we'd done Underbrew for a couple of years. We did it again this year for year 3.
Mm-hmm.
And Totality Tour was something we talked about last winter with them about adding an additional collaboration beer into the mix, given that, every last drop.
Every last drop.
Another collaboration that we could do in honor of the August 8th, 2024 Total Solar Eclipse. And Mitch and Ward, our good friends at Speciation, helped us make this incredible beer. It is the Taste of Totality, the official beer of Totality 2024. Cheers.
2024.
Let me smell it first.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Take a nice whiff.
Yes. Yeah. You get the.
It brings me back.
I'm standing in Newcastle, Indiana.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
That is a treat. That is it. Oh, man.
And what better thing to drink for
Dan.
an Eclipse testimonial?
Thank you, Dan.
All right, so talk about your
Yes.
Eclipse 2024.
So 2024, I had.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I know. I'm instantly back.
I
I'm
feel like it-
instantly
yeah.
back.
I feel like it did age well in the can.
It did
Yeah.
age
Yeah.
very well. Yeah. So I had my primary plan was with work. I had some work that was going to be down the Indianapolis, Columbus area. And then a weird part of my history was I was part of a Franciscan order that was based out of kind of like the Floyd's Knob area, which is just north of Louisville, Kentucky. And so I was going to like visit some friends and stay in Louisville. And then my primary Eclipse spot was going to be in Bloomington, Indiana. And I had scouted this park out that was like a 2-acre clearing that was just off of a bike trail. So the only way to this clearing
Beautiful.
was like a 2-mile ride up this like rails to trails bike path, and was like, okay, that's primary spot 1. But then I thought like, okay, if I'm going to be with some of the Friars and kind of be in that area, if the weather was crap, I'm in Louisville. 8 hours south is Austin. 8 hours the other way is like, so I kind of had like secondary and third plans to get there. Thank God the weather just ended up being like perfect. So Bloomington it was, which was so funny that you guys were just on the other side of Indianapolis,
Yeah.
Other side of the path.
other side of the path. So I had wanted to see like the Totality back in when it was it 2018?
17.
17.
Yeah.
Yep, 17. And I was living in Chicago at the time, and I couldn't get away. And it was so funny because I was with the Friars back then, and then like I wanted to go from Chicago to go visit our mother house. It would have gone right through Louisville, and I just could not escape at the time. So I was like, I'm going to 2024. And so that was some of our connection was just like, you guys were promoting, to make Totality a reality. And I was like, oh, it's going to happen. And then, so the day of the eclipse, I get to Bloomington, I get all set up, get on my bike, get all kitted up, get a 4-pack of Totality Tour in my back pocket. It's got like, I had those bullshit Oreos that had like Pop Rocks in it that were space themed. That were at the time.
Those were good.
I was like
those are so
gimmicked
good.
out. I was gimmicked out. I was like, I need to do all the gimmicks, all the things.
Nabisco, bring those back. Those are really
bring
good.
those back. Those were good.
We had those in the camper.
Yep.
Yeah.
I believe we did. Yeah.
I had a Dr. Gordon Telepin's app on my phone, but I had the sound off, so I just had it. I had it on my watch, so my watch would like tap me when something was going to happen. So if I was lost in the moment and enjoying it, I could like enjoy it, but it wasn't going to like announce audibly. So I kind of done enough study, to be like, okay, this is going to happen next. It's going to happen next, because I had never really experienced Totality and always wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I don't know. There's no amount of like theology or philosophy or anything you could study that prepares you for that kind of cosmic event. Like when the space rock you're standing on, there's another space rock between that and the space rock that's burning in the middle. And all of a sudden you realize like the smallness of your life and everything else. It's like, oh yeah, nothing prepares you for that.
Yeah.
And just, it was just such an overwhelming experience when C1 turned into C2, and then that first breath of totality hit, and it was like,
Was there a lot of people around, or were you?
It was not very well populated where I was. There were some people that had like picnicked out and kind of like walked out there, but it wasn't like crazy slammed, but it was, at least the people that were around me, like, were very, there was like a lot of chatter before totality. And then when the darkness came, it was just dead silent. You could hear like a pin drop,
Crickets.
It was just crickets. And it was just, I mean, I took a video and like, while I was filming it, once C2 happened, and then, you're in the Umbra, I just instantly started bawling like a baby. And it was just like, it was so beautiful, so profound. It was like, oh, I'm in. This is great. But like, just the emotional impact of being in the Umbra. It's nothing prepares you for it.
No. I mean, we've talked about it 100 times on here, where like, and just with different guests too. Like, I remember Don talking about it when we had them on. He's like, I was just like looking to go mountain biking with the guys, and they wanted to do this thing, and the Eclipse was going to be there. And like, okay. Like C1, C2, they were still out biking, and then they finally parked, and then he's like, oh, now I get it. Yeah. I understand why this is what it is, until you see it, again, we've talked about it 100 times. If you see 99%, you see 0% of totality.
It doesn't count. Yeah.
Yep.
It does not count.
Yeah. I mean, like, to most of them, it's just, you just don't, you have no concept at all of what's happening, what's about to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, when we went down in 2017, we talked about it a million times, but like on the way there, it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to go because my dad wants to go, and Matt's going to go, and John from the Hula Hands is going to go. And, it was just a fun little getaway. And like, we're still pumped and excited, but again, like same deal, like nothing could have prepared you for that at all. I mean, no amount of reading, no amount of study on it could have prepared you for that moment, So,
it really like the Umbra just takes your breath away. I mean, you can see like the unique shadows, and you can feel the temperature drop, and you're like, oh, this is kind of trippy or whatever. And then like totality hits, and you're like, oh, for me, like I've studied a lot of like medieval theology and stuff like that, and like there were like battles that stopped because like totality hit while they were fighting, and it was like, God doesn't want us to fight anymore. And you're like, that tracks.
He burned out the sun.
Like, that tracks. You should stop.
Yeah.
And it's that sort of like, you totally get where you're like, to see the Bailey's beads, to see all of those things, it like in person. I think 2024 was so powerful because like the size of it and the length of it,
it was huge in the sky.
It was so big in the sky. It like, photos don't do it justice of just how big the moon and that black circle was.
Yeah.
And just how colorful this particular eclipse was.
Yeah.
There was definitely a lot of like colors in the Umbra.
Look at the label there, and it's a very good portrayal of what you saw.
Yeah, 100%. And it was, I mean, for me too, it was like after the Umbra, just how recentering an eclipse can be. Just to be like, I remember laughing at speed limit signs, being like, this rock going 33 million miles an hour is hitting, just cross this other space rock, and I got to go 25 here. Are you sure? Like it's just cosmic recentering that is, there's nothing can replace totality.
No,
It's a very special thing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe going to the moon. Maybe going
maybe go.
But
It would be cool to see the Umbra to be like, oh, where the moon blocks out the Earth.
Yeah, well,
And then be like, there we go.
So was it shortly after the 2024 eclipse? There was a eclipse, like a lunar eclipse, but
God,
they had photos of it from the moon.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And so that would be absolutely insane to be on the moon. Like,
Yeah.
but the photos of that were incredible.
Even was it the lunar eclipse early 2025?
March. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
In March. Like I had like a health issue, and I had actually just left like the ER like that day, and like to go see even just like the lunar eclipse. I was like, I have to set an alarm clock at 2 a.m. and be like, I have to see this.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't care if I've been
Yeah.
in a hospital for a night for like 2 days. Like,
Yeah.
no, I have to go see this thing.
Yeah.
It's once you get totality of some sort, you're just hunting for umbras.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is the
Yeah.
truth. It is a thing. Like in 2017, to David's point, it was this ragtag crew that went down with some level of, there was a lot of planning, but there wasn't any understanding of what we were going to really see. And to your point, Dan, the eclipse in 2017, just based on where the moon was in its position around the Earth, it appeared to be smaller in the sky. Like the physical eclipse was further away, and that gave its own unique dimension to it. And dimension is probably a good word because it looked like a black hole. 2024, much closer, so you could see the surface of the moon even during totality a little bit. You could see all these amazing colors because it was just that much more dynamic. In 2017, it's like this literal black hole looking event that really just takes you back. So, or takes your breath away, as you mentioned. And that's the beauty of eclipses in general and totality, is you have to see it. You can't, we talk about it constantly. We talked about it with people that we see at Iceman. We talk about it, with people at the World Championship for cyclocross when we went there. Because people ask, oh, eclipse on tap, like what is that? Of course, we're always going to kind of tell like our little elevator pitch about going to the eclipse, but it doesn't, you have to go.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just not the same. And if you're like, oh, well, I've heard those guys talk about eclipses. I know there's a partial coming through my area. I know, 87%, sweet, okay.
Sweet, cool,
No,
yeah.
99.9% is not it. You got to be in it 100%.
Yeah, our cousin Zach is in. I forget the name of his town, but he's on just the Illinois side of St. Louis, and so he was less than 10 miles from totality. And I was texting with him last April saying, "Are you gonna get all the way? Or like just go for a bike ride?
Just do it.
Yeah,
Get up in
like,
there."
oh yeah. I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get out. And I'm like, dude, you need to like you live right there. You literally can go for a bike ride 10 miles and be in totality. You need to do it. Yeah, like I think until you witness it, you don't have an appreciation for what it is.
I remember like driving up to Bloomington and from kind of the new Albany area, and driving up and just checking Dr. Gordon Telepin's app, doing the eclipse count, the eclipse app with the geolocation, and I kept refreshing it.
Mm-hmm.
And then like as soon as it was like you're in totality, like the path of totality, I
might just park right here.
I just realized I was like, I could get like 4 flat tires and I'm still good.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna be fine.
You're in there.
Because I mean, when in 17, when I was in Chicago, it was like a completely cloudy day in Chicago. It was like super overcast, which was kind of cool because you could look at the sun through the clouds. You could actually unglassed see the moon up there, and that was like only like 87 or 85%, and it was like I wanted to go. And when you could see it just through the clouds, it was like ugh. So I mean, we are my partner and I, we're all in on Australia, because it's like we don't get to do vacations, and so it's like we're doing Australia's happening.
Baby.
That was going to be
2028.
my next question. Yeah.
All in. Yep.
Okay.
All in. And then like we're talking about, because I've done some travel to Europe, and I know the experience of jet lag. And so we're talking about doing like some stopovers, maybe like, soften the jet lag, spend a couple days in Hawaii, then fly the rest of the way.
It's not a bad plan, son.
Kind of like, all right, let's soften this up, and then all right, keep moving on and turn it into a big event. And
a little puddle jumper to Hawaii.
A little puddle jumper.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing in the summer. Well, it'll be winter, spring for Australia, but summer calendar wise for what we are used to in 2028. It's not the next eclipse, but it's the next eclipse that we, as the Eclipse on Tap crew, have set our sights on. Because that's a lot of times people will ask us like, "Oh, what's the next one?" Well, we have one in 2026. It's going to be a really cool one. South of Spain, Iceland area, down through that section. There's going to be the eclipse of the century the year following in the Middle East area in 2027.
Can you imagine seeing it at the Great Pyramid?
Oh,
Well, just
I was just thinking like
unbelievable.
Egypt. Jeez,
So-
yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's a valid question. Do we go to Egypt? I mean that we got two in a row then.
I mean, if ever the aliens are going to show up, it's going to be during the eclipse
at the
in
pyramids.
Egypt, at the pyramids.
Yeah.
As the eclipse is like coming into the point of the pyramid. Yeah. Gordon is going to 2027, and he is going with like a tourist, like a thing, an eclipse specific tourist group.
Yeah.
And that I remember him saying when we had him on that's a little out of the ordinary for him. He's typically he's a trailblazer, right? He wants to go find his own spot. He's got his A plan, his B plan, all the above.
Mm-hmm.
But in this time, he's like, it's unfamiliar. I'm not sure where I'm going. Like, I just want someone to take me to where I need to be. And then in 2028, thankfully, I mean, that would be the case for most people with Australia too. Like, oh, I've never been to Australia. Thankfully, we've got some Aussies on the team. And so we've got the VIP level guides taking us to where we need to go. So yeah, I think it's one of those things. I think back to like 2017, we saw that one and we were hooked, and it was a different time, but we were like 2019, there was one in Chile, in Patagonia.
Yeah.
Oh.
And David and I were like, we're going. I remember like made a commitment. I was like, we're going to make this happen. We probably said it episode, I don't know, 11 or so. I have no idea what it was.
Yeah.
Back if you peruse,
There was a big announcement in one of those episodes. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
somebody out there in the world probably knows what episode it is.
Mhm.
But it was like a commitment. And then, like I said, times were different. We learned, we were like, oh, it's like a $2,000 flight or whatever it was, right?
Yeah,
And it just didn't happen. But the reality is, there are eclipses, not frequently, but they are there on a consistent basis as far as celestial time goes across the globe. While we might not have another one in the US until 2044 and then again in 2045,
Mhm.
don't fret. Find yourself a little situation where maybe you can take that thing global. Get out to Australia, get out to Egypt. Even in 27, it goes to the south of Spain. So
Yep.
if you have a John Harris, his sister, our good friend John Harris, the head brewer of it still exists today, Ecliptic Brewing,
Ecliptic,
but
yeah.
it's the brewery itself is closed. He's retired, absolute legend brewer. He has a sister lives in Spain, so I think he's going to 27 in the south of Spain.
Yeah, Spain is getting hit 2 years in a row, like
back to back.
and so
man.
next year's actually goes through, like all the way through Spain, all of like northern, central, southern Spain at like a 45-degree angle. And then the year after that, it goes through southern. But it's like, I mean, Spain is a good spot too. I mean,
You're almost guaranteed sun there too.
well, I mean, so next year's is in August. I don't know when the 27.
I think it's
is
in the summer again.
summertime again. So
Yeah,
you're
August
probably
again.
looking good for maybe some sun. But I mean, that's a good option if you don't want to go to Egypt in 27.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to Spain. But
How was your guys' like second eclipse? Because I mean, for me, like the emotionality of the first eclipse, and now I'm kind of like looking at the second eclipse, being like, oh, I think I kind of want to get into the more nerdy part of the sciencey part of it. You know, still enjoy the emotions of it, but then be like, okay, I know what's gonna happen. I've experienced what's gonna happen. Like, okay, here we go. You know, was it easier for you guys to enjoy the second one, or were you, I mean, it's still going to be exciting as heck, but
yeah,
I'd say we have something funny that we could play, and that is this. This will tell you how we felt for the 20. Oh my god! What? Oh my god! This is nuts! Oh my god! Oh! Good Lord.
You can't register anything because it's too dark.
Oh my God, it's amazing, man.
That is incredible.
Awesome. That is awesome.
Just happened to have that video loaded into the media assets.
Yeah.
Because I was considering using that for the intro video, but the audio coming with it's what it felt like in 2017. It was a surprise, I think. Like it was that peeling the photo that you see in your science textbook off the page and just putting it up in the sky and being like, what? That I've never seen anything like that in nature before, nor has anybody else in the world. That's the beauty. There's nothing like totality. It is a once in a blue moon, not obviously much further than a blue moon, once in a very rare occasion that you see something like that. So,
well, and I think that's like a good transition into like just generic space talk, because like I remember being a kid growing up, and I was born in Dayton, Ohio, and I remember there was a partial back then. I remember like poking holes in like the tinfoil and seeing the little hole, you know.
You got a pinhole pricker?
Yeah.
You got your pinhole pricker.
Pinhole pricker.
Yeah.
But you know, I remember like seeing that, but then like when we first moved up to Michigan, like we had some friends that kind of were in the Sparta area, and I remember like the first time we went out to like their kind of like more country house and seeing the night sky for the first time. And then like my dad was a really avid like bass fisherman, and
Heck
you know,
yeah.
which, you know, I mean, I could take or leave fishing. I think I don't know if I didn't like fishing or if I just didn't like 4 a.m., which is
Right.
ironic now that I get up at like 4 for work every day. But just looking up at the night sky and seeing just that massiveness of space and knowing that there's like these cosmic events that happen all the time. And I think that's like one of the things that people just don't realize, that it's like, if it's not totality, something as special as a solar eclipse, there's lunar eclipses, there's super moons, there's all these different meteor showers, or hey, there's a comet that just, you know, on you know,
well, we don't know if that's a comet.
well, yeah, there is that. There is that.
Yeah.
Is it tic tac shaped? I forget.
It's turd shaped. It's turd shaped.
It is turd shaped. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, there's all of these things that happen in the cosmos all the time, and I think that's like, you know, I wish people would just look up more.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like there's cool shit happening in the sky all the time.
There's a really funny like meme type thing where it's a picture of the Milky Way, and you just see this band of stars and the whole Milky Way, and then there's an arrow pointing, and it's like, you're here worried about paying your taxes. Put that in perspective. Yeah, when you look at the grand scheme of everything, you know, it makes real life look silly. You know, no, get out and look up, look around you. You know, what we think is important has no bearing on anything. You know, in the scheme of things. So I don't know.
The fact that everything is moving.
Yeah.
Like to your point, or we were just joking about like the corporate talk, like the circling back that happens, the punting to fourth court, like all of this. You put it into perspective of like your day to day, your at least in the case of David and I, we're just mashing keyboard, you know, like, and then you're like, there's just things moving all the time, and then there's these rare circumstances where they come together in a way that we can gain perspective on it, because it's always happening. Like the moon crossing the sun, it's not like it's not like it's just happening already, and we can capture it as a human being and get a glimpse of it to shed some level of perspective. And that, it's incredible.
Yeah. Something that I've mentioned this for sure on at least half of the 87 episodes that we've had. But like one thing I just kind of like marinate on a lot is just like the fact that, you know, we just mentioned like everything that we have right now is temporary, and really for the known history of mankind is, I mean, all the people that have come before us, gone, unless there's books written about them, or they wrote something, or we have literature on them, or whatever. But a lot of that's just gone. It's poof, gone. Everything around us has been happening. Like the eclipses that we experience or I mean, all of like the rotation of the moon around the Earth, that kind of thing, and us around the sun, that has been put into play since like the beginning of the universe. And it's just like insane to me that we get to still like we get to like get the gift of seeing that all in play still. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just kind of like boggles my mind that like because we get so fixated on like our one thing right now that I'm like really like trying to change in my life is just like not staring at my phone all the time. And it's hard because I work at a computer all day long, which stinks, but you gotta do. And like
you gotta pay taxes.
But yeah, you gotta pay taxes.
Tax part,
you gotta pay the man. But like everybody, like I think I do a relatively good job at like setting the device down and like being present and like coherent and like looking around me and like looking up at the night sky. But a lot of people don't do that at all. You miss so much. It's just like the beauty that we have around us that has just been there since the beginning of time and since we were born, you know, that kind of thing. It's just we take so much for granted all around us all the time, I think. And it's
we miss so much too because of all the light pollution.
Yeah.
Like think about what our night sky would look like if we didn't have cities and like grid electricity. Like it would be those miraculous skies that you see, you know, from the rover on Mars, where it's just like the band of the Milky Way all the time. I mean, even, you know, we go out to Lake Michigan in the summertime. How different is that sky from what we experience here? Yeah. It's so crazy. And
that's still a lot of light pollution, even.
Right. Yeah. That's my
Milwaukee
point. Yeah.
And Chicago. Yeah.
That is like, I mean, that was something that was really fun. One of the events at Speciation where you guys had the scopes out, and it was like one of the first times I had really looked through a telescope, and it was through Matt's telescope, and it was the first time I had really seen, like, because I was always like a lay on your back and just enjoy the immensity of it, but that was like the first time I had seen that white speck. Oh, that's Saturn, and those are the rings. You know, like, oh, there's that, and then that. And that's like where I started to fall in love with telescopes, because I mean, I got a certain amount of nerdiness and OCD, and then like I was really into photography for a long time, and like photography kind of scratched the itch, but it didn't really scratch the itch. And then like when I saw Saturn with the rings, it was like, I think there's my field.
seeing Saturn, like if you want a guaranteed opportunity to blow someone's mind, show them Saturn through a telescope.
And that was like when we were just at Pucks there not too long ago, and like a lot of people had never seen Saturn through a scope, and you're like, no, that white dot there, through this lens, there it is.
It was fun too, because like the that night was very, very cold. But it was
so cold.
It was very cloudy, but the clouds were moving fast. So like we would be able to get Saturn in the scope, and Dan and I got there. There wasn't anybody else from the team there yet, or folks that were coming for the scopes. So we just set the scopes up, kind of got it dialed in, and then we could see the clouds were coming in. So we went over to the spot. Great little spot, by the way. If you're not familiar with Puck Cider, it's Speciation ales is to beer what Puck Cider is to cider.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
And then they do their own beers now too. Yeah. So anyway, but the clouds are coming through, and then we could kind of see the clouds are breaking. By that time, others had arrived. We're like, all right, round it back up, and then you get it back in the scope, and boom, you're just blowing minds left and right. It's so much fun, and it's so cool for people to see. Especially at that time. That was when Saturn was, I don't know that astronomical term, but the rings were like parallel to your view. So it was like Saturn, the planet, and then just like a line
through it.
Because you're looking at the rings like dead on. It was I hadn't seen it like that before. I mean, it is awesome to see it in the classic, like, you know, 7th grade textbook 45-degree angle side, but to see it like dead on like that was pretty unique.
Even the events that we've done at Speciation, like the Underbrew event where you had the solar filter on, how many of those people have ever looked at the sun through a solar filter? Not many.
I mean, a lot of people were looking at me like I was an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, you what? I'm like, yeah, I mean, you can look at the sun through this filter here yet. I mean,
This
nobody,
filter, Yep.
and nobody knows like the sunspots are there and all that kind of stuff.
Or even if we're again at like a speciation and there's a lot of light pollution, you just pull up the moon. There's a huge percent of the population that hasn't even looked at the moon through a telescope. Like, you go out in your backyard and see it, but you look at it through a telescope and it gives you a different perspective of what it is. It just changes everything for you.
And that's the thing is like you're looking at, and this is just we're just gonna keep going down the rabbit hole, but like some of the stars that we're seeing, like we talked about this before, like we're seeing light from however many million light years ago. Like that's old light coming towards us that we're seeing. And the moon, when you look at it through the telescope, you're seeing the moon as it's been for probably millions of years. And it's just crazy that it's like almost like a solar museum kind of thing. I don't know. It's just crazy, but we don't even care half the time. Most of us,
Yeah. Oh, the moon's out.
Yeah.
It's like like the eclipse.
Yeah.
Even it's like this is just another day for the moon. It's been doing, like to your point, David. It's been doing this for forever, for eternity, for what we don't have any comprehension really of what the beginning was. But this moon is, since it became a moon of the Earth, thanks to Earth's gravitational field, it's been just doing its thing all the time. And we get this little gift once in a blue. Well, I keep saying once in a blue moon. It's once in an infrequent period. We get this little gift that you can package up, and it takes some work.
Yeah.
It takes some travel. It takes some planning. But when you unwrap that gift and you see totality, you're like, that was so worth it. And it does change your perspective at times. Like as Dan was mentioning, certainly right after we talk about what we say, the post-totality blues.
Oh man,
it's a thing. Like
it's totally a thing.
Like you've just seen like the
you
craziest celestial event in your life, and then now you're back at work.
It was funny because I had a moment during totality in 2024 where I got mad, and it was because I heard a car horn in the distance.
Oh, beeping,
and it was like there was a part of me that was deep down inside was like, look at this beautiful celestial event. And I mean, I know people have needs and there might be like an emergency or something, but like, what do you have that's more fucking important than this?
Yeah.
Give me something, like
we said the same thing because
this better be good.
we're backed up to I-65 or one of the highways down there.
Yeah.
And the amount of cars that were still driving, it's like, there's a total solar eclipse going on. Pull the fuck over.
People have been waiting for years. We waited for 7 years.
7
years we waited for that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, people are just like cruising on by.
That's a big cloud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's really dark out right now.
Gotta
Look up.
Gotta check my Instagram.
Good thing I've got auto lights on my vehicle. Like just goofy stuff like this. It is that little gift, that little moment in time where something that's just a celestial body doing its thing. It's just moving around just as it always does. It just so happens to fit perfectly. But one of the things I was going to ask Dan was, we talked about the backyard astronomy night, looking through the 13-inch, looking through David's 6-inch scope.
Yep.
You now alluded to it a bit in the first half.
Yeah.
You are now the owner of
an 8-inch Dobsonian.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah, it's
travel friendly.
It's actually it's very similar to your 6-inch.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah,
it's nice. Yeah,
and
it's really nice. It's a little, obviously a little bigger. But
I was really happy too because, like, I upgraded some of the eyepieces, so I have like an 82-degree field of view. So when you look through the eyepiece, it's very like it, just overwhelming. It's like spacewalky.
Yeah.
It was the best investment ever.
Is it a Celestron or is it what?
It's an Apertura.
Okay.
It's
Mm-hmm.
nice.
Nice.
A quality purchase.
Quality purchase. Yeah. So
first ever telescope.
First ever telescope. So
I like to think we played a small role.
Oh, huge role. Huge. No question. No question. I mean, it was something that I kind of always wanted, and had kind of like, there were a couple times I had like telescopes in like my Amazon cart, And I'm so glad I didn't do that.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
because you don't
You
want
get some shitty eyepieces.
yeah,
and-
you don't want $100, like tabletop,
Yeah.
No.
The Temu special.
Yeah, exactly. So to like have a good investment in like that 8-inch Dobsonian was like, oh yeah, this is where it's at,
Yeah.
So come out to Grattan. We're
Yeah.
bringing it.
Dobsonians are the way to go. Just
Yeah.
for ease of use, and they're just good.
I want to
starter.
get like a 6 or 8-inch.
Yeah.
But it's more like there's been a lot of times before we had kids, I would bring mine, like we go on a vacation up north or whatever, I'd bring it with us and stargaze or pull up Saturn or whatever. It just, life gets more complicated, and you need something that's like easy to travel with and can still accomplish everything that you want to accomplish. And something like what you guys have got is more, I think, friendly
play.
to that.
And it's because you and I both have a similar. You have a 13.
Yeah.
I have a 13, and it's a nice scope. But in reality, when we were out at Pucks for the Dark Sky Night there, like your scope was like kicking my scope's ass, and just because it's got it's got the flocking on the inside, it's a little bit more modern, right? Like it's a smaller aperture for the actual amount of light that's coming in by a few inches, but it's still a big scope. You're still seeing Saturn in its entirety with the rings.
Yep.
And we even did like a little testing. Like I took one of Dan's brand new nice eyepieces and I put it in my 13-inch scope, and it still wasn't giving me quite the level of crispiness that I maybe desired. Like I can get amazing photos and stuff of the moon or more near objects in that telescope without issue, but for the deep space stuff, it just, I don't know if it's something where I could probably make a iterative update, like replace the secondary mirror, because the 13-inch mirror and the one that I have it's beautiful, it's like perfect, but it's just not that portable and all the things.
Well, and those trust Dobsonians, like like the light pollution can just bleed in through the sides so easily.
And even just like the stands
washes out.
Like compared to what I've got, mine's like Dad's 16, or what does he got? A 16?
16.
He's got a 16 and a 15.
Yeah.
Oh geez. A step ladder for that, or
basically.
So we haven't.
But I mean, it's a
haven't even gotten
clunky
that
base. It's like
the
newer stuff is just much more easy to pack and bring and travel with.
The new 16, he hasn't really. He needs to get the mirror cleaned, and he hasn't really gotten that thing out.
Yeah.
But that thing's a mammoth.
It's an absolute. It's like it fills the garage.
The four of us could fit inside.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No doubt.
Well, I definitely want to do, like, leading up to the Eclipse in 28. I want to start tackling some of the Messier like things, and like
the real deep space.
Start to get to some of like the Messier list and be like, okay,
you got to talk to John Harris. That dude is that's his jam.
That's his jam. Yeah,
he's finding because they'll give you. Didn't he tell us? I think it's been a long time. We should just have him back on.
If you get if you see like all 60 and you document it in a certain way, you can get like a certificate from like the Astronomical Society that
you can get all these
stuff. All these deep space.
He's done it,
and he's also like discovered a few like nebulae.
Oh,
where he had like they give you like a pin or something. We'll have to bring him back on and talk through it. He's retired now, so he could probably just come and chat with us about scopes.
It's been a while since we had him on.
Yeah, and I love John Harris for what he was able to do with us in 2024 for the Eclipse. Yeah. He initially wanted to travel out with us, and unfortunately he wasn't able to make it. But when we had the live stream through Instagram Live, he was like locked in, and it was so cool. I'm like, this man is a legend.
Yeah,
the founding brewmaster at Deschutes Brewing. Like Ecliptic Brewing is legendary for their space beers, and he's locked into Eclipse on Tap's Instagram Live. Like, this is wild.
Well, I mean, get nostalgic here, but like, kudos to you guys, because you started Eclipse on Tap, and then you've got a guy like John Harris following us. Look at the swag that everybody's wearing here, and like what this has become because you guys went to the in your words, it was a ragtag crew, and we went down to the 2017 Eclipse, and now look what it's become. It's cool.
Now it's a full-blown studio in David's new house.
Yeah.
The question I ask myself every day: what am I going to bring to the 2028 Eclipse? Like portability wise on a plane.
Maybe a refractor.
So
or what are the ones that bounce?
Or
back
a
and
good
forth?
pair of
like,
binoculars.
do we just bring like a smaller scope with like good camera? What do you do there? I don't know.
The kid-
that's the thing.
Remember the guy that was doing he interviewed us at 2024. He was like making a video for like the Indiana like Tourist Association, whatever. His setup was nice. He had, I think you just said it. It was like essentially a monocular, like a nice one though. It's probably maybe 10 inches long, but it would fit in a nice case. Probably could put it in your carry-on or at least your luggage. And then he had a really nice DSLR attached to it. But the combo of those two lenses was giving him a telescope-esque
nice.
photo. But the monocular, he had it on a tripod and everything. It was a legit monocular, but it was, that might be the play.
Yeah,
Might have to do some
Yeah,
digging.
you got to be portable.
because I'm not bringing this thing. With
No,
me.
No.
No.
not down under. No, it's
not
it's
there.
portable, but it's not that portable. But yeah, I'm with Nathan. I'd like to get either a 6 or an 8 in the style of Dan and David's telescopes because it's just a little bit more modern, a little bit more portable, just all the
Lightweight,
above. Lightweight,
agile.
better materials. The base of my 13-inch is made out of plywood, right? I mean, it's like
Same with mine.
it's just the way it is, and
It
it's,
weighs a metric ton.
absolutely, it's tough to. Actually, I was dragging it out when we went to Pucks. There's 2 wheels that come off the back, and the wheels are held on with also plywood.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what they are, 1x6s or whatever. And so I'm dragging it down the driveway, and my neighbor's looking at me like I'm crazy. And the back left wheel just broke off. So, but that's exactly.
Don't touch it; it'll teeter.
Yeah.
Don't touch it.
So I got the electrical tape out and I wrapped it so it was still on there, and it worked for the night. But it's a problem. So I think I'll eventually be in the market for something in that range, like you guys have, because it's nice, it's crispy, it just gets you what you want to see, and there's not a lot of fuss with it. You're just there it is, there's Saturn, I'm locked in. My Telrad is I have it locked in. We found Saturn at the same time that night, but I'm focusing it in, I'm I see it, but and then you're just oh, here it is, and it looks like a magazine.
Yeah.
It took a bit for me to line everything up, but once it was all lined up, it was okay. I finally got my Telrad mount on, but I haven't lined that up yet. But
yeah, because you were just eyeing it, I think, weren't you? No, you had your.
There's a 50 1 to 50 rangefinder.
Yeah, it kind of gets you in the range
close enough. You kind of sweep from there.
Yeah, it's awesome. That's been a nice purchase, and I think it seems like it's super well built, and it's something that you're gonna have forever. Right? It's
the thing I didn't know when I first purchased it, and then it came with this weird little battery pack, and they're oh, there's a cooling fan on the back of it, and you're that seems superfluous, okay, whatever. And then when the dew started to set in, it was oh, this fan is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's like an auto acclimator for your primary mirror.
Mine's carrying 70s or 80s maybe technology.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Did yours come with the base assembled, or did you have?
I had to assemble the base.
Okay.
Yep, I had to assemble the base.
So that would be a big box.
My base did come with once assembled, it has a nice little carrying handle, and so the telescope just pops off, and then the base has a handle. There's a little side kick out that has holes for your lenses and stuff on there, so you can just have a little arrangement.
That's what I'm talking about.
Came with a culminator, which was oh, it's fantastic. I don't have to buy a culminator. This is great.
Nice.
But then I think the only thing that from my original order that I'm back ordered on and from High Scientific is that there's the carrying case for it.
Yeah.
So it was oh, it's middle December. Okay, end of December. Okay, middle of January now, and you're okay, just make me the case.
Yeah. But after I saw David's 6-inch before you bought that, before 2024, after I saw your 8-inch, I'm all in. I love the 13 for what it is.
Yep.
But It's time.
Yeah, and
And you could put a Bardlow on it and get some really good zoom in, or but the 6 or 8, it's
money.
It's agile.
It's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
This thing's great for, like, especially like the 2024 Eclipse is what I got it for. But like, it's portable, and the best part about it is I bought it off of Gen Z for $180 on Facebook. So.
Boom.
Yeah.
Hey,
And it was basically brand new.
y'all have an
So,
assignment. Keep
yeah.
your eye on Marketplace for me and Matt.
Yeah, I would love to purchase one. Yeah, to have an army of 6 and 8 inch telescopes would be pretty sweet. So,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
but yeah, the space, like the night sky viewing through a telescope, it just, like I said, you see Saturn for the first time, you're going to be hooked. So just do it. It's Christmas time. Go buy one. It's worth it.
Do it. Yeah.
And with that, I'm going to put the background to a little Christmas vibe. And I think because when I logged into StreamYard today, it was like, oh, we have Christmas backgrounds. Okay, so cool. So we have one. It's called Cozy Night. And then I think to round out our episode,
Well, I got questions yet.
you got questions,
Yeah.
but you also have one more
EOTNN.
surprise.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
So right when I got the text from you guys that I was officially invited and accepted to join EOT, you guys had the Underbrew release party of 2024. And so I got my usual 8-pack of Underbrew,
As you should.
as one always should. But this is a 2024 Underbrew, but it happens to be one of the golden ticket winners.
One of the golden ticket winners. Show that one up to the camera.
Oh yes. So one of the 8 golden tickets.
Who dipped that wax?
Yeah,
That's kind of sloppy.
That's a girthy.
I've not been a wax dipper. I wrapped it. I can guarantee you.
We
I
all-
wrapped it.
But everybody did their own gold.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we did.
Oh, yeah.
Could have been mine,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I feel like as we close out, we should share
Yes.
an Underbrew, but
We should.
of
As
gold
Nathan.
top 2024 vintage.
It
Well,
is a rare vintage. Yeah.
hate to
Where,
break
do you
it
have a
to you.
bottle opener?
I hate to break it to you, Dan, but we don't have a gift to give you because you've got all the swag we have.
Well, there was one other surprise right before we ended, and I wanted to bring this just as a show and tell. This can't
Ooh.
stay here, but this is a recent acquisition of my space nerdiness. But I'll give this
Oh my
one to
God.
you and this one to you.
Ooh.
A little
But-
micro museum.
Little micro museums, but I brought meteorites.
Whoa.
Ooh, nice.
So
Ooh.
one of them's a lunar meteorite, and then the other one is a Martian meteorite.
Ooh, this is the lunar. Nice.
So
So similar
Wow.
to the mini museum I've got up here.
similar to the mini museum, but yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so that's those
Let
are
me
actual.
give you a rundown on mine.
Yeah,
r-
fire
real
away.
quick. This is a fragment from the Martian meteorite that was discovered in 2022 in Algeria, North Africa. Laboratory analysis concluded that it is a Martian nactolite.
Necklace. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
There's a lot on here I can't pronounce.
Which is
Honestly.
considered to be one of
Yeah,
the
right.
rarest and of all Martian meteorites.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's likely ejected from Mars by an asteroid impact.
Matt, do you
Holy
see it?
shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Matt. Sorry.
You're good. This one's the lunar.
Yeah, the lunar.
So the lunar one says it was ejected from the moon by an asteroid impact, basically.
Yeah, so they're both asteroidal
yeah,
impacts. Yeah.
Wow.
The lunar, and then Martian.
Can I see the
The
lunar?
Which is
Martian.
kinda- it-
Martian.
That-
yeah.
So, and that they found that here.
Here.
That's crazy. Like that's
Here.
that's the thing that's insane to me is that they find
Where did you
Martian
get these?
soil
What?
here.
I
Where'd
got
you
those
get-
in last time I was in Chicago.
Look at that.
So and that's been the funny part is that recently here in Michigan, there's been some of those meteor showers and people have seen those bright green streaks that have gone through our night sky and everybody's just like, oh, a meteor just happened. You're like, can you find it? Because that's special.
We used to
Well,
when I
and
was
you think about it's found in Chicago.
Yeah.
Well, it could just be some bum's cigarette butt.
right. No, we used to on back in Boy Scout or Cub Scouts or whatever. we would take a kiddie pool and you put a bunch of magnets in it during
Yeah.
a meteor shower, and you can collect little tiny
Little
me-
meteorites.
yeah, little
Yeah.
meteorites. It's really cool.
Dude, that is cool. Thank you
Yeah.
for sharing that. That's
yeah,
very cool.
and I thought you guys needed a piece of Mars and a piece of the moon.
Hell
you
yeah.
know, for this.
Absolutely.
I got to check out Mars again. This is cool.
Holding a piece of Mars.
All right. So my question that I ask everyone that comes on, we get in. This is more EOTNN questioning.
Love it.
Do you believe that we are alone? And the follow up is, if we're not alone, do you believe that we've been visited?
Ooh, I don't think we're alone. I think the ingredients of life are too common. I think we're special, but I don't think we're alone. Have we been visited? God, I hope so. You know, it is a it's hard to think that we're the only ones alive in this like gigantic universe, you know? So I really do hope that there's other things out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never personally seen a something that I couldn't identify, but I kind of hope to at some point. I mean, the mystery's half the fun.
Oh, absolutely.
Race Chaser has some good UFO stories,
Yeah.
or like, you know, yeah, I guess UFO, right? Unidentified.
Yeah.
It could have been whatever, but I feel the same way, where it's just like, it'd be cool. It'd be cool.
It really would be. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Well, and the tricky thing with the question to you, and I've because of your studies in theology and that kind of thing, is like, what impact does that have on everything?
oh, I mean, wow. I mean, it is a deep dive, because I mean, I come from I come from a very like positive theology study. So it's just like, you know, from like theologians like Karl Rahner or Skillebex, or, you know, people that really drove from a Roman Catholic background, you know, the Vatican II theology, or from my Franciscan background, you know, like John Duns Scotus. So things were really just positive creation, you know, that it was, you know, ideas that like God created something that was so beautiful, he wanted to be a part of it, you know? So, you know, the universe is so big and so vast that, yeah, of course I want to become, you know, more manifest in it. And I think like just that cosmic scope, it's like, I think sometimes we get too self-focused, and it's like too earth focused, too me focused, too what's on my screen focus, where it's like to look up at the sky and be like,
oh no, we're the only thing.
Yeah, we're one planet in one solar system in one galaxy amongst how many?
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah, we talked about that last episode, where we were just going into the deep dive of everything cosmic, like all the things that are happening out in the celestial world on a every second basis. Back to our full circle moment with the eclipses. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Oh, David's got it.
oh wow, look at that.
Golden.
the golden underbrew. And we got to pick on like Tom Monroe or somebody.
Put it up on the screen here.
2025s. You know?
Yeah,
Where's that
Tom's got a gold.
2025? Yeah, Tom's got a
So
gold.
here we go. This is what it looks like.
Look at that.
The gold underbrew special edition. This is from 2024.
Four.
Right?
Yeah,
So
that's a 2024.
this is the herbal vintage.
You never opened that one?
No.
Oh, shit.
The herbal vintage.
You saved it for tonight?
I told you I brought surprises, man.
Shit.
I brought surprises.
Well, I mean, you blew the roof off this place with bringing the totality tour.
I feel like kind of like a little bit naughty, because like whenever I go out, whether it's out drinking, and like whether I'm going to like Seven Monks here in Grand Rapids, you know, which if people aren't familiar with Seven Monks, it's like a 50 tap bar, you know, glorious tap room, but they have like cans for sale on the side, or whether I'm going to Rishi's or wherever I'm going, or Martha's here in my neighborhood, and it's like I just see space on a can, and I'm like, I think I need to get that. I haven't had that. Is it good?
To.
Is it not good? And
just draws you in.
It draws you in, sucks you in.
Absolutely. So I've been rotating through the Christmas themed backgrounds as we wrap up. So this is a perfect cheers to wrap up episode 89. Let's cheers. Dan, thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of EOT, and for doing the intro music. It's amazing. It's beyond amazing, honestly.
Cheers.
So
my pleasure.
Cheers to you. We'll go ahead and take a sip of this, and we'll roll our little exit music, courtesy of Dan Hurst.
Cheers, Dan. Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Thank you, guys.
You know what I can't stand, Nathan?
No.
I cannot stand riding in my living room all winter, all alone.
There's options, David. You could go to Spoke Cycle and Fitness. They've got classes, weight training classes. They've got spin studio. They got music. They got people, a lot of people, and they've got instructors that are out of this world.
They're located at Breton Village, which is just at the corner of Breton and Burton if you're local to Grand Rapids. They pull out all the stops for the absolute best fitness experience you could ever ask for. So check out Spoke Cycle and Fitness.